Hello class, my name is Emily Biedenbow, and for this project, I chose to research the famous English poet, Christina Rossetti. Rossetti was a famous poet of the Victorian era, known for her poetic themes of both death and the journey of life and the struggles that came with it. She was heavily influenced by her Christian religion and her Christian family. Rossetti was born to a family of Italian immigrants living in London in 1830. Her brother, who was most well known after her, was poet Dante Gabriel, not to be confused with the other divine Italian poet, Dante Alighieri. As a child, Rossetti was close to all three of her siblings, especially her brother, Dante Gabriel. At 15, she fell ill, and it is now later thought that she was suffering from depression. Rossetti's life was controlled mainly by her religious beliefs and her conversions to different religions such as evangelism and eventually Catholicism. This affected not only her poems but her love life. She rejected 3 different marriage proposals, all due to her beliefs. Rossetti spent most of her life sick, battling conditions such as Graves' disease, which caused her gaunt look and low ability to do much of anything. Because of this, she wasn't as famous during her life as other prominent poets of her generation, such as poet Elizabeth Barrett Browning. These two were often battling for a spot as the leading female poet of the Victorian era. During her career, Rossetti's claim to fame was her children's poem, Goblin Market, and her religious Christmas carols. She did not win any awards during her life, mainly because there weren't many awards for poetry at the time, and also because of gender roles during the Victorian era. I will now recite to you a short poem by Rossetti called The Half Moon. The half moon shows a face of plaintive sweetness, ready and poised to wax or wane, a fire of pale desire and incompleteness, tending to pleasure or to pain. Lo, while we gaze, she rolleth on in fleetness, to perfect loss or to perfect gain. Half bitterness we know, we know half sweetness. This world is all on wax, on wane. When shall completeness round time's incompleteness? Fulfilling joy, fulfilling pain, lo, while we ask, life rolleth on in fleetness. Sadly, Rossetti was diagnosed with breast cancer in 1893, but continued to write mostly children's poems until her death in 1894. Christina Rossetti is such a memorable poet because her poems reflect her life, especially the points where she grew in both her state of health and her religion. It's undeniable that she was one of the most influential poets of her generation.